What's up, everyone? You already know who it is. CT De Niro, Real Men Are Raiders, presented by 2 Point Conversion. I'm here to talk about Josh McDaniels and his latest press conference, his sorry ass answers to. I actually got to give the reporters and everybody a lot of credit because they really came at him straightforward after losing 7 of 9 games. Where are you at? How are you feeling after being told by Mark Davis and telling the fans that this isn't a rebuild year? How are you feeling? Oh well, I don't use the term rebuild. We're building. It's bullshit, man, and it's messed up. A lot of people are putting this on Derek Carr. This franchise has not put the team to win in a long, long time. There hasn't been a lot of good coaches. Our drafting has been sorry. Our offensive coordinators have been sorry. Just all around, everything that we bring into this front office. Josh McDaniels, we already know what we need to know about him. So there's not really much to go up on him. And I did my homework. I did some research. I was up late last night because I'm not going to say Derek Carr is the best quarterback that we have, but this ain't all on Derek Carr. Mark Davis, he hasn't done anything for the team to put him in a situation to win, as far as drafting, as far as coaching, as far as coordinators, as far as GMs. I think Reggie McKenzie was probably one of the best GMs that we had as of late. Our head coaches since we've had Derek Carr have been Dennis Allen, who went 4-12 the 2 years before we even got Carr. Then we got Carr and he went 0-4 and we let him go. Then we had Tony Sperano come in as the interim head coach. He went 3-9. Jack Del Rio next year 7-9. Not bad. A new head coach, a new everything. You know what I'm saying? Because his head coach changed from Greg Olson to Bill Musgrave. Greg Olson was the one that was there under Dennis Allen and Tony Sperano, and we didn't do shit. We were sorry. It's not all on the players if the front office doesn't do everything that they're supposed to put the player in position to win. Like, you guys got to see that. After Jack Del Rio's first year, we went 12-4, and then Carr got hurt. After that, I think the very next year he hurt his back. Almost positive he hurt his back the next year. We went 6-10 the next year, and then we got Gruden, and everybody already knows the story with Gruden. Let's see who we drafted since we got Carr. We got Amari Cooper, which he's still a really good receiver in the NFL, and Gruden traded him away because that wasn't Gruden's guy. Well, but at the same time, we got to build around our best piece, which is the most important piece, which is the quarterback. So we got Amari Cooper, Mario Edwards, Clive Walford. Clive Walford put it down for a few years. Mario Edwards, he was good until he got his neck injury, but he was on defense. Then I think that's the year we got Crabtree in a free agency, or could have been the year after. But I'm just going as far as draft picks right now. I'm not talking about free agents. So the next year, Carl Joseph, not there no more. We got Connor Cook, DeAndre Washington, who stuck around for a little bit. He'd come in and he'd have like real good bursts out the pocket. So if you're a fan, you remember DeAndre Washington. Next year, 2017, Garyon Conley, waste of a first pick. Obi Malafanu, he was actually pretty good. I actually saw a lot of upside for him, the safety. We got Eddie Vanderdoes. He had a little bit of upside, but I honestly didn't think he was that good. Mark Ali, linebacker, he ended up being pretty good. And other than that, no one really worth talking about. 2018, only person we got that was any worth of anything was Colton Miller in the first round. Everybody after that, PJ Hall. Then we got Brandon Parker, who everybody says is legit, and I really don't think so. I think he does better at a left tackle than he does right tackle, or maybe the guard. Only thing good about him being a tackle or being on the outside is he's long, but that's also real easy if he doesn't know how to use it right. So Brandon Parker, Arden Key, gone. Nick Nelson put in a little bit of work. Maurice Hurst, I actually like Mo Hurst. I wish we would have kept him. He started showing a little bit of upside. As far as weapons for Derek Carr, we got Marcel Aitman in the 7th round. I don't even think he ever really made like the actual like 53-man roster. So we haven't done anything for Carr as far as to get him weapons. And like I said, I'm not talking about free agency. I'm talking about draft picks. We already know how free agency picks could go. I don't even want to bring up AB. That was 2018. 2019, Josh Jacobs, Jonathan Abram, gone. Trayvon Mullen, gone. Max Crosby, Foster Moreau, he's still kind of putting in work. And Hunter Renfrow, obviously we all know Third Renfrow. He hasn't showed up this year. 2020, Henry Ruggs, we already know what happened. Damon Arnett, already know what happened. Bowden never even made the squad. Brian Edwards had a little bit of upside, couldn't really stay healthy. Tanner Muse, gone. Amik Robertson still putting in work, now he's getting more time. He's showing that he could be a little bit more reliable. I mean, it goes on and on. Our drafts have been sorry. How is this all on Derek Carr? How is this all on Derek Carr? Go and watch my video. Colin Cowherd said it. It all starts at the top. It all starts at the top. So if it's a sorry ass system, and it honestly seems like McDaniels ain't even trying to win this year, what quarterback is gonna win? What quarterback is gonna win in that? Even if we get rid of Carr and draft a quarterback early in the draft, what quarterback is gonna come in and just boom, catch on to it right then and there, and then take us to the playoffs? That's what we want. We want to be able to make it to at least be contenders, to make a deep run into the playoffs and stuff next year, because the Super Bowl's in Vegas. The last few years, every city that the Super Bowl's been in, that home team has won the Super Bowl. So why can't we keep that streak going? We need people that know how to get the most out of these players. We need coaches that these players want to play for. They're not bringing no winning culture. They were assistants to people who built a winning culture. And it's obvious that what he did in Denver, he didn't learn anything. After Denver couldn't cut it, ran back to the Patriots where he was comfortable because he knew Belichick would do everything. What did McDaniels really, really do for the Patriots? Because damn well if he would have told Belichick, all right, we're calling this play, and Belichick didn't like it, all right, no, we ain't calling that shit. We're gonna run this. Let's talk about our offensive coordinator, Mick Lombardi. He was in New England in 2011, and he was a scouting assistant, and then he was scouting assistant when they made it to the Super Bowl in 2011. So scouting assistant didn't really do anything, Let's see after that. 2013, he went to the San Francisco 49ers. They lost in the NFC championship to the Seahawks. In 2014, Lombardi was named offensive assistant. They went 8-8, which isn't bad, but he's still under Jim Harbaugh. In 2015, he still remained an offensive assistant, but the head coach changed, and they went 5-11 under a new head coach and him as the offensive assistant from under Jim Harbaugh, making it to the NFC Championship, going 8-8. Obviously didn't learn shit. In 2016, he was kept by the new head coach, which was Chip Kelly, for the 49ers, and they went 2-14, which is tied for the lowest ever. That's our offensive coordinator. So next he went to the Jets. We already know what's up with the Jets. 2017, Lombardi was hired by the New York Jets as an offensive assistant. Jets went 5-11. 2018, he was promoted to assistant quarterback coach. 4-12. This guy does not come from winning culture. He was a part of a team that already had a winning culture. He went there in 2011, got lucky, tried to go out and do it on his own with two other teams, didn't do good. 2019, went back to New England, and he was rehired by New England as their assistant quarterback coach. In 2019, Tom Brady threw for over 4,000 yards for the 11th time in his career. So he didn't have shit to do with that. He didn't have nothing to do with Brady throwing all those yards. 2020, he was promoted to wide receivers coach. 2020, their high wide receivers were Damiere Byrd for 47 catches, 604 yards, and 1 touchdown. And N'Keal Harry, 33 catches, 309 yards, and 2 touchdowns. But I'm pretty sure N'Keal Harry got hurt. And then we hire him as our offensive coordinator under Josh McDaniels. Because Josh McDaniels came from the Patriots. He was with the Patriots. Hey, you've never been an offensive coordinator before, but I mean, come try it out with me. This team is not set up to win. And if it was a rebuild year, then they should have just been like, yeah, you know what? We're going to try and bring in the pieces we need to make a deep run into the playoffs, but we're going to build for the future at the same time. Max Crosby said it best. I'm sorry, Raider Nation. Like, you guys deserve better. I love y'all. That's emotion. That's heart. That's playing for a cause. You're playing for that shield. You're playing for those colors. Derek Carr getting emotional at his press conference. A lot of people are going to sit here and be like, oh, yeah, he was crying. He was this. He was that. Blah, blah, blah. He's had 9 years, this and this, that, and that. He's had 9 years of shit. And he's done what he could with it. And he's probably done more than probably a lot of other quarterbacks in his position could have done. And he's stuck around. And he's told the fans and he's told everybody that he don't want to play for no one else but the Raiders. So I get it. He's not the best quarterback in the world. But damn, like, I thought that's what Raider Nation was all about. Like, loyalty, family, commitment to excellence. Them being as upset as they are because they're losing, they have every right to be. They have every right to be. Devontae Adams calling it bullshit. It's the same shit we've been doing. Look at my last video. And you could see it on Devontae Adams, like his face. He's like, same shit. It's the same shit we've been doing. Same thing. We've been playing from behind like always, like we've been doing all year. What's the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different outcome. This guy does not know what he's doing. He does not know what he's doing. People want to blame Carr. I mean, that's on you guys. I'm not going to sit here and say that Derek Carr is the best quarterback, but the fact that he wants to play for the Raiders, he's not a bad quarterback. He is good enough to win. Him and Devontae Adams, and with the weapons they have, if they can get it together, they are good enough to win games. But the scheme has to be right. The defense has to be right. Our defense is giving up an average of 27 points a game this year. Our offense is only averaging 22. So, I mean, how are we supposed to win? And you guys can't say that it's all on Derek Carr. This last game, Moreau had a chance to take the lead, and he dropped it. He don't have Waller out there. He don't have Renfrow out there. And without Renfrow and Waller, what are they doing? They're bracketing Devontae. They're pushing all the coverage towards Devontae's way. So in reality, opponents only got to beat 2 players. They got to beat Devontae Adams, and they got to hold Josh Jacobs. Who or what Derek Carr is talking about when he says that he wishes that everybody would play with the heart that he has and want to be here, meaning the Raiders. You could see it in Josh McDaniels' press conference. They asked him about the rookies that he played, and it's like, all right, dude, like, you're not tanking, but you're going to give 3 starters that are pretty good at stopping the run against a run-heavy team with a really good running back to give a brand new linebacking core a chance? How is that trying to win. How is that trying to win? And then not making any adjustments to be that big ass run that Matt Ryan had. That was on, oh, who was it? I want to say that was on Rocky Sin. Rocky Sin ran up, and there was like a little curl, little route, and Rocky Sin ran up when there was already a linebacker on that guy, and Yasin isn't even looking towards the sideline. Directly he's looking directly at the defender, and Matt Ryan just runs right around him. I get it. There's a time and a place to try to get turnovers and punch the ball out and stuff. But when you're close to the end zone or you're in the red zone, make tackles. You got to make tackles. You can't be going out there and trying to do these little shoulder bumps and little arm tackles and little shoelace tackles, or you see another guy right there, so you kind of give up on it because you think he got it. Like, nah, make the tackle, make the play. It's not all on Derek Carr. And some of these fans, I mean, you guys have every right to feel how you guys want to feel, just like I do. But I'm just pointing out facts. You guys can't deny facts. You know, Derek Carr hasn't been given everything necessary to win while he's been here. And that's just those are facts. It's a team sport. Devontae said it. This is the most unexpected, uneven kind of team sport that there is. And it takes everybody to do their job in order for teams to win. It's hard to win in the NFL. All these players are getting paid millions of dollars, you know, regardless of if people don't think they're good enough, or people have their opinions on them, or regardless of whatever, they're in the NFL for a reason. Every team is a professional team. I think fans got to remember that. At the same time, you also got to look at what the team's done for a player, for the franchise, to try to win. We need to build a culture like the old days, the Madden days. Just win, baby. That's what the Raiders are all about. With someone like this coaching us, where we ain't the Raiders no more. People are like, yeah, we can get a good defensive tackle. Just imagine, if we get this player or this player or this player. Yeah, just imagine if we were 7-2. We're the most talked about team in the NFL for a good reason for once. Just imagine. I can imagine all day. Doesn't mean that it's gonna be anything good. You could bring in a player that there's no guarantee that a new quarterback is gonna pick up this system in a year or two or even 3. He's been the best quarterback that we've had in a long time, and he's dedicated to the Raiders. I think people should notice that and look at that. He's one of us. He is a Raider. McDaniels, him wanting to tank, him wanting to lose, him not setting up his players to win, that's not commitment to excellence. That's not commitment to excellence. That's no commitment to excellence. He's not committed to the shield. He said it in his press conference himself that he's different. They're not the same. They're not the same way. Everybody takes winning and losing differently. Well, if you're trying to win and you lose the way you've been losing, you wouldn't be all cracking smiles. And a lot of people are gonna, come and say, because I've seen it, that a lot of these good head coaches, they weren't good in their first year. This isn't technically his first year. For him to see Derek Carr the way he did, and then his answer be like, oh, I don't know, you got to ask him. How is your head coach not going to have a good relationship with your quarterback to the point where you know how he feels and what he's talking about? It's disconnect. It's disconnect. These players don't want to play for him. Derek Carr knows something's up, and if they're trying to lose right now, then it's even more messed up, because this was supposed to be, the next couple years was supposed to be some of the best years for us, the team, the fans, everything. We Carr, Adams, like it was a fairy tale. People talking about Josh McDaniels coming in and being like this offensive genius and everything. Like, he's ruining this team. He is ruining this team. He's ruining what the Raiders stand for. The Raiders have never stood for tanking or trying to get the best player. Maybe it's happened in the past, but that's not what commitment to excellence is. And that's just my take on it, nation. You know, I drop facts. And like I said, it's Raider Nation till the day I die, to the grave. You already know what it is. CT Dinero presented by 2 Point Conversion. This is Real Men Are Raiders. And I'm out. Peace.